Hi there, this is Shawn1113 with your Shawn1113 Podcast Show. I am your host. Thank you for joining me. Everything that is listed in below, the description is right there for you. Thank you so much for joining me on the Shawn1113 Podcast Show in this episode. Now, about the podcast. I have considered a couple of things. First of all, Google Podcast is closing almost next week. And pretty much I'm not going to miss that. So I feel, and of course, on Spotify for podcast, you're listening to this right now. And beginning on June 2024, they're going to go to Riverside, record the new episodes. And I am definitely considering moving this podcast to a new platform called Podbean. So I'm definitely considering it. Importing the whole thing and moving it to Podbean instead of Riverside. And I feel like it's time to change some things up a little bit. Something I want to consider right now. And with more people going to other platforms and more podcasts and expanding more and taking care of more, it's something I'm considering right now. Last week, the last podcast I did, I almost forgot about the retirement of Aaron Donald. I want to say happy retirement, Aaron Donald. He does his job. Great pass rusher. Great interior pass rusher. Pretty much great edge rusher. And Hall of Famer first ballot, no doubt about it, in 5 years. So he has a Super Bowl ring, and like I said, in this modern era, one of the best defensive pass rushers in this modern era. Speaking of NFL, by the way, no hip drop tackles. Are we one step away from flag football? Because now, if you're a defensive person, you can't tackle. You can't drop the hip. You already can't hit the horse collar. Soon enough, you can't intercept a ball without penalty, while throwing the flag. He interfered. He got the football, but he never let the receiver catch it. It's getting kind of flag for footballish, isn't it? I mean, it's going to the point. It's like if you're playing flag football, it's now down to the ankles. If you're going, in order to stop the playing flag football, you're going to have to catch it from the ankles. I don't like this rule. If you wrap around the hips and all that stuff, I get the safety aspect. I completely understand, but it's getting too safe. And that's my point about that. Now on to like I said, there's a lot of things going on. And like I said, congratulations to Arsenal. What can I say? They did beat my Manchester City team. And now, let's see if they win the league or not, actually, this time. Let's see what happens. There's still a lot of English Premier Football left, World Football left, class soccer left right now. Let's see what happens at the end of the season. That's all I got to say about that. College basketball, I've been watching. Like I said, MLB is coming. MLB has already started as of this Thursday, the 28th. MLB begins. 2 games been played. The Dodgers and Padres split. As a Dodger fan, the tiny thing, the betting thing by its interpreter, wow, I don't even know much to say, but it's no less embarrassing as a Dodger fan to hear this and see this, and we'll see what happens there with that. How they're going to treat it. It sounds like MLB, in my opinion. This is a hot take. It sounds like they're going to treat this like kid gloves, unlike the Trevor Bauer situation. And you know what I'm saying about that. And I don't even have to go there with that. But the bottom line is, look like the Otani thing is going to be with kid gloves, in my opinion, right now. But it's no less embarrassing as a Dodger fan as you start the season as the defending the National League West champion. If you want to see my Major League Baseball prediction, it'll be right there. It's a few episodes ago. You'll see it. It'll be listed there. Also, now I'm going to go to college basketball. Of course, NBA, NHL, all kinds of sports, World Series college football, baseball, all kinds of lacrosse, all kinds of stuff is coming. Hot dog eating contest, see if Joey Chestnut wins again. I mean, all kinds of stuff coming up in April, May, June, out through the summer. So I'm looking forward to that. College basketball, the men's basketball ratings are beautiful. Again, another record number. You know, here's a hot take for you. If they didn't shove women's college basketball so down and try to force feed down people's throats, people would actually watch women's college basketball more instead of shoving down their throats. And I'm not faulting Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese or any of the teams or any of the players and all that stuff. You don't have to really force feed men's college basketball. People will watch it. It's more than compelling enough for people to watch it. But when you force feed women's college basketball down people's throats, though, it is much less compelling than anybody cares to think. Like I said, not a fault of players or even the women's college basketball. I'm sure people watch it. That's fine. No problem. Just don't shove it down, force feed it down people's throats. That makes it less compelling. That's all I'm saying about that. Speaking of college basketball, we now have the Sweet 16 men's basketball tournament. So let me get this started with, as of this recording. Clemson versus Arizona. I'm picking Arizona. I am picking Arizona to win it all on my bracket. Alabama and North Carolina, I'm picking North Carolina. San Diego State and UConn, picking UConn. Illinois and Iowa State, picking Iowa State. All these predictions will be down below. Then I'm picking North Carolina State and Marquette, picking Marquette. Duke and Houston, picking Houston. Gonzaga and Purdue, I'm going to pick Purdue. And Crieghton versus Tennessee, I'm picking Crieghton in a close one. And with that, like I said, it's going to be links in the description. So with that, that is my Shawn1113 Podcast Show for March 26, 2024. Like I said before, everything's going to be in the description. The best way to contact me is Shawn47k@gmail.com. And everything else will be in the description. Now with that, I've said more than enough. So thank you so much wherever you may be, whatever platform you may be listening to. Thank you so much for listening to Shawn1113 Podcast Show. And as always, please stay encouraged no matter what.